Do you like chocolate cake, Wendy? You ever crave chocolate cake?
Do you have to ask me that, cake?
If you do, perhaps it means that you're craving a bit of energy. What about lettuce? Now, there's something completely different. I can't remember having craved lettuce in my life. But this is an important story because a woman in the UK was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. After her husband, he's a research scientist, he investigated her unusual cravings for lettuce, and she would eat up to 4 lettuce a day. He discovered that lettuce contains a natural chemical which can attack cancer cells. So, what could your cravings be? Trying to tell you, nutritionist Tabitha McIntosh joins us. Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
Is a fascinating story about this woman craving lettuce 4 a day. She wasn't trying to lose weight. So what does that tell us?
Look, our bodies are constantly talking to us, Kerri Ann, and I think this was a really exceptional case. So there is an organic sulphur ingredient of our cruciferous veggies like the lettuces and Brussels sprouts and broccoli, and it's very cancer fighting. It's particularly indicated in breast cancer. So that was quite an extreme case where this woman could hear her cravings clearly and was following them, you know, really to assist her health.
So for the rest of us, we're going to go through some foods today that if we are craving, maybe warning bells, but you have to listen. So up here we've clearly got potato chips, which are high carb and salt.
And salt.
And if we are craving these, craving as opposed to just enjoying,
exactly.
What does it mean?
Well, cravings can arise from lots of reasons, but particularly when we're craving salty things frequently, it can reflect, or in clinic I see it a lot, reflect a mineral deficiency or a trace mineral deficiency. So I'll always investigate iodine deficiency in clients who are craving lots of salty things, or perhaps they're craving it after a big exercise session, they've sweated a lot and they're needing to replace electrolytes. A far better thing to go for is a miso soup or something like that. But lots of our salty crisps as well contain MSG. So if you look at the packet, MSG is number 621, and MSG is quite highly addictive. It changes our taste.
So the more you eat, the more addicted you get.
That's right.
Okay, so that could be an iodine deficiency. Okay, a curry here, what's that meaning? I mean, come on, we all love good hot curry once in a while. But if you are craving?
Yeah, it's not so much the hotness, it's just the strong taste. So again, in clinic I see people with really, always wanting strong tastes. Very tasty breakfasts, really tasty curries. And what it indicates most likely is a zinc deficiency, because when our zinc levels are suboptimal, it compromises our taste buds and also our smelling sense. So I'll investigate zinc deficiency. So many things we do day to day compromise our zinc levels.
If you want strong foods.
Drinking.
Okay, what have we got here?
This
Cheese
is a
and
really
milk.
simple one. I do a lot of work with pregnancy, and I always see women craving dairy. So milk, and this is a very simple one, it just reflects an increased requirement for calcium. Perhaps they're not achieving their calcium requirement. But with the cheese, it can also be salt and certainly also protein.
Okay. We've got carbonated drinks, and soft drinks.
Soft drinks. So obviously someone could just be thirsty. They're not getting enough water. But when we're craving soft drinks, and quite consistently, it can reflect again that we're not achieving our calcium requirement. And the reason is, in all soft drinks, there's a lot of phosphorus. And phosphorus leaches calcium from the skeleton and brings it into the circulation. So if we need a bit of calcium to buffer our blood and we're constantly craving soft drinks, that will leach calcium into our bloodstream. Obviously, that has a detrimental effect on bone density. It's another reason that children and soft drinks don't mix well.
Okay.
But also with our diet soft drinks, the aspartame and the synthetic sweeteners, again, they're highly addictive.
Okay. Now, we've got some other carbs here, and bread and pasta, for instance.
I'm sure lots of people can relate to this. Craving carbs can reflect a low mood, okay? And there's been
getting
low
depressed?
mood, yeah. Depression, feeling a bit down, can be a really big trigger for craving starchy carbs like these with a high GI.
I just thought I liked a big bowl of pasta.
Yeah, well, actually, animal studies and human studies have shown that starchy carbs like this can give us a bit of an extra boost of serotonin.
Okay.
And that feeling of well-being that someone gets with that serotonin is what is addictive about going back for more carbs.
And it's comfort food.
It's comfort food,
okay, makes
definitely.
Sense. Here? Now, this is odd. Now, this one we've got to get to quickly. Soil and ice. Now, I'm sorry, being addicted to soil?
Not so much an addiction, but look, there is a condition called pica, which is where anyone, but particularly children and pregnant women experience pica, crave really unusual foods. So in pregnancy, if a woman's very anemic, she can often have a very funny feeling on her tongue. A metallic taste or a tingly feeling, and having ice all the time will really soothe that for her. But with mineral deficiencies in children that don't have a very good diet, soil happens to be a great source of things like zinc and copper, all kids mouth things, but actually it's quite a serious condition.
What about adults? Do adults...
All
so this
people
condition...
can experience this. It just reflects quite a severe mineral deficiency.
Okay, and chocolate. Well, hello.
Chocolate. I'm sure everyone... I can certainly relate to this one. I'm sure everyone can. Again, really consistent and frequent chocolate craving can indicate high stress, certainly premenstrual tension, but also a bit of depression. But research has shown that some of the constituents of the cocoa bean in good quality chocolate are actually psychoactive and can relieve